In the weekly reading, we have a- an interesting expression of time, which is in the morning, in the morning. You see it in Leviticus chapter 6, verse 5, where the priest has to do something in in the morning, or in Hebrew, baboker, baboker. And the point is, generally speaking, there is a grammatical structure in the biblical language where a verb is being doubled. The verb will be mentioned twice. And when such an occurrence, it means that it comes to emphasize. So the question is, what does it mean in the morning, in the morning? So we need to go and find out different times that the language, the biblical language, relates to the morning. So on the bottom of the screen, you can see that sunrise is being expressed as the sun comes out. And the sunset, that would be the opposite. The sun comes in, okay? So let's see now different times when the sun comes in. You can see that the translation, which is not wrong in spirit, it is only wrong in the letter. But when the sun goes down, it is being expressed 10 times throughout the 5 books as the sun came in or the sun comes in. Okay? So this is the sunset time. Okay? Also, there is in the biblical language, we have another expression before sunset, which is the time of the evening. We have it 4 times. We have it right at the beginning of Genesis, where Noah is sending the dove out, and the dove came back to him at the time of the evening. Or when the Abraham's servant is coming to the Haran to eventually to meet Rebecca and her family, so he is coming there at the time of the evening, where that's the time that the women come to draw the water. And you realize you are talking about a very sort of desert situation, and therefore all the activities will be when the sun is not totally down, meaning there is no sunset, but meaning there is no dark, but there is still light without the sun. That would be the time of the evening, okay? Let's go now, and we will see in regard to sunrise, we have only one time where the sun comes out, and this is when Lot is running away from Sodom and Gomorrah, and the sun came out, and he already came to his destination, and then the destruction of the area started. Okay, but there are other times, at least in the language, yes, and that if the verb to use for sunrise is to come out, that's in the Hebrew, and latzet, that means to come out. And now you find that there is another time in the morning when the sun is shining. That's already my understanding of the verb lizroach. And what you realize that we have a rule that states that two different words cannot be the same meaning, or change of language means change of reality. So what's the difference between coming out, meaning the sun yatzah, versus the sun zarcha? And we have a way to find what it is, where we find out that towards the end of the book of Genesis, where the two sons were born to Judah and Tamar, and there was one brother that the nurse there put a scarlet thread on his hand, so scarlet, that's the word as zerach. That's why they called the baby Zerach, okay? So therefore, when the sun is Lizroach, that would be, I would say, shining like a scarlet. But there is another time in the morning where the sun is already hot, and we find it in Exodus that when the manna came down and when the sun was hot and the manna was melted. So there are now you realize that there are three times in the morning. One is the sun coming out, then the sun is like scarlet, shining, and then when it is in full impact, that will be the sun is hot. Yes, so there are three times. But let's go now that there is no the time of the morning. There is no, like there is the time of the evening, but there is no time of the morning. But there is doubling in the morning. So now you realize what would be the doubling in the morning. If we have three times after the sun came out, we have another time in the morning where the sun didn't come out, not yet, but there is still light. And what would be called in English the word dawn, okay? That the sun is not yet, but there is still light. And you realize that there are, if in the desert, if you want to do something, then you will have to do it during this time where there is light without the sun to cause people a problem. So that would be in the morning, and we have several times in the morning. Okay, so you realize now the translation got lost. Why it is double? But the main point is that this double relates to a very specific time in the very early morning when the sun is not out yet. So let's go now to summarize it. We have four times in the biblical language. Number one, before sunrise, and that will be in the morning, coming to emphasize, when you emphasize doubling a verb or doubling the time, that will be to emphasize that the sun is not out yet. And then we have the sunrise, we have the sun is a little bit stronger, and then the last one where the sun is in full impact on Earth, and that will be another word for it. So we can see that when there is a different word for a certain time, it is a distinct different time. Okay? So these are the four times in the morning. Shabbat Shalom.